Okay, guys, I have a very important conversation to have with you guys today. It is all about my glow up. I have been getting so many compliments recently on how great my skin looks, how great I'm looking in general, how good my energy. Like I'm having all the glow up compliments, okay? And I do lots of things all the time. I am a health and wellness girly. I am constantly on my personal development journey to be safe, self-expressing. So I got a lot going on all the time, a million things that I'm doing. And I'm going to share them with you because maybe if you pick up one or two, it can help you on your glow up journey. I just find it fun. I'm all about the girly things lately. So I have my notes, okay? Well, not lately. This is just, I'm always about the girly things. But anyway, so I have my notes. Number one, the first thing that I have been doing. So I get a lot of compliments on my skin. I have always gotten a lot of compliments on my skin. Like, I want to say literally since I was in high school, it's just been a thing. And I know it's going to be the most annoying thing in the entire world to hear this, but drink your fucking water. Drink your fucking water. Ever since I want to say, like, probably in elementary school, don't harp on me for the consumption of this, but we used to get stacks, like the 24 packs of bottled water. And like our stack would be taller than I was. Like we'd have it in the garage because there was four of us. I have three sisters. We all played rep sports. Some of us played two rep sports. So like just the amount of liquid water consumption that we had was very high. So I know it's bad for the plastic, whatever. We're moving on from that. I used to drink at least 2 to 3 liters of water a day, every single day, without even trying. Like, I would have six of those water bottles. Like, my room would be littered with empty plastic water bottles because my garbage would be full of them. Water was a thing in my household, which I'm so grateful for. We didn't do pop, we didn't do anything else. I love water. It's like the only thing that I drank. And still to this day, I am drinking that much water. Like, I don't think that there has ever been a period in my life where I haven't been drinking at least at a minimum 2 liters of water. Okay. I like will have a week or like a couple weeks where I'm not getting enough water intake because I'm like having a lot more juices or I'm having a lot more like bone broth and my teas and stuff. Cause like there's only so much liquid my body can handle. But I would say for probably 90% of my life, it has been 2 liters of water every day minimum, usually around three. When I was doing 75 hard in the 75 live hard year, the gallon of water, oh my God, like that, like my skin was glowing. So, first thing, drink your fucking water. I also add, I think I have it on here already. Yes. I make my own electrolytes. So you can get electrolytes powder and put them in. However, a lot of those electrolyte powders have a bunch of BS in them, like sugar and other additives. And a lot of them, like an emergency, for example, like they don't even have enough of the minerals that you need in each serving to like actually make a difference. You're just getting the sugar that's in it. So I actually buy all of my own ingredients off of Amazon. Like I buy the magnesium malate, the bicarbonate something, the sea salt. Like I have a recipe and I buy every single separate ingredient and I make the powder mix myself. And then every day I do half a teaspoon to a teaspoon in my water and I'm just drinking that at least in one of my waters. I have like a 40-ounce water bottle and I just put it in that and I drink it. That actually has one, I think really helped with my energy levels, especially like in the summer or on days in the winter where I just feel like it's so gloomy, it's so dark, it's so cold, like ugh, I don't want to do anything. It's helped. And then also it helps you like hydrate, like you actually absorb the water and hydrate your body. And then three, I've noticed it actually helps a lot with my cravings. So I typically love a snack. I love a little snacky snack. And I have in the past used food and snacks to help regulate my emotions. And I've noticed the days when I actually do have my electrolytes are the days where I don't feel as snacky. And it's a lot easier for me not to just be like munching all day. It like gives me the nutrients, like the minerals my body's craving, and it prevents me from having to snack because like for example, one of the things they say is like if you crave chocolate, you're probably low on magnesium, right? And in my electrolytes powder, there is magnesium. So things like that, like it just really has helped with the cravings overall. And then like obviously if I'm not snacking on shitty foods, I'm not inflamed, I'm not having extra calories, naturally I'm going to look glowy and so much better. The other thing, I didn't have this on the list, but I also drink alkaline water. So with your water, if it's an acidic pH, which a lot of plastic bottled water is, or like tap water, or even a Brita filter that has microplastics, we're not going to go in the deep dive, but there's a lot happening there. Your body won't absorb it. Like you won't actually be hydrating yourself. So if you don't have access to alkaline water, that's fine. Get yourself trace minerals. Put the minerals back in the water. So I actually have trace mineral drops that I bring with me when I travel. I have my electrolytes. Like there's just I really am looking to like re-mineralize my water and make it the most like nutritious thing I can for my body. I also love coconut water and lime. Oh my God, chef's kiss, the best thing ever. Coconut water is also natural electrolyte. So if you like coconut water, again, look at what you're buying. Don't get the one with all the shit in it. The only ingredient should be 100% organic coconut water. If you can't do organic, fine, do normal coconut water, but like don't have anything else in it. It doesn't need it. You're just putting extra bullshit into your body. Moving on. I have a red light mask that I use every single day without fail. Okay. Every single day, first thing in the morning, I wake up, I do my oil cleanse. So my skin is clean and fresh. And I put that red light mask on. Sometimes it's 10 minutes, sometimes it's 20 minutes. And I meditate. I either do a quantum jumping meditation. I always do my energy grounding, protection, clearing. Sometimes I'll just like sit in silence and do no guided meditation at all. Like, but I'm always doing something like that is my 10 to 20 minutes first thing in the morning to reset my energy, come back into myself. So one, I think that is helping energetically, the glow up, the energy, like really just when you are energetically fed and stable, it makes a huge difference to how you come across in the world. And then the red light mask, I actually think it's doing wonders for my skin. I really do. Like it's been over 2 years now that I've been doing this literally every single day. There might have been like little spans where I haven't because I've been traveling or like whatever, but I've been very extremely consistent with it because of the price tag. And I told myself if I buy this, I have to be consistent. Like I cannot be spending $500 on a red light mask and then have it sit in my room. And when I was doing that, okay, I would say after the first like 3 weeks to a month, the compliments on my skin skyrocketed. It went so high and I was like, whoa, this red light mask must be doing something. So obviously I've like kept doing it and I've loved it. It's like my little peaceful moment in the day. It's making such a difference to my skin complexion. Like chef's kiss, love it. Next thing that I do, okay, I aim to get anywhere from 10 to 15,000 steps a day. Again, I know you've probably heard this a million bajillion times. However, it actually does make a difference. I know it's so annoying, but it does make a difference. And when I first started incorporating this, because I used to live a very active lifestyle when I was living in London, I got like 20,000 steps a day without actually having to think about it or try, just because of the lifestyle I was living being in a city. So when I moved back home, my steps literally dropped from like 1,400 to 3,000 max a day. Like that was it. And it's not good for your body. Like our bodies are meant to move. They deserve to move and to like have a life, you know? But two, it was causing a lot of inflammation in my body because I was eating at the same amount or probably even more and I wasn't moving my body. So I was gaining weight rapidly, like very quickly. And my digestion was not doing well because one of the things that walking does is actually helps your digestive system. I do digestion walks for like at least 20 minutes after a heavy meal. I don't do it after the light meals, but after a heavy meal because it actually helps stimulate digestion and it's like a lot better for your body than just sitting and doing nothing. So, instead of walking for like 2 hours, because at least for me and my height and my pace, it's about 1,000 steps every 10 minutes. I break it up into things during the day. So first thing in the morning, I do my red light mask, I meditate, I have my little skincare routine, whatever. I go out and do like one loop to the park by my house. It takes about 15 minutes, depending how fast I walk. It can be 10 if I'm like speed walking. Sometimes it can be 20 if I'm just like really moseying on a slow morning. And then I come home and I eat my breakfast. So that early morning walk, one, I'm getting the early morning sun rays to help my circadian rhythm. Two, it's distraction free. I have I have my phone like in case, because I always also get a lot of like downloads in that time. I like to just like voice note them out, but I'm not on my phone. I'm not listening to a podcast. I don't have headphones. I'm literally just walking in the nature. Okay. So grounding for the nervous system. And then actually doing a very low impact walk like that before you eat helps stimulate digestion. So I do that. I come home, I have my food, and then depending on the day, I will go for another walk, and that one will be closer to like 40 minutes. So again, I've broken it up into 2 spots now, and I have an hour in. And then usually lunch is my biggest meal of the day. So I'll do a quick like half-hour walk after lunch again, just for the digestion. And then in the evening, if I A, end up having a big dinner, or B, haven't hit my step goal yet, I'll just go for like a little walk in the evening, right at dusk, the sun setting. Again, really good for your eyes to get those rays for your circadian rhythm. And it's just like nice and peaceful. It gets you out into nature. It gets you moving during the day. There has been research that's shown that getting up and being active throughout the day is actually a lot better for your body and your system than just sitting all day and then doing like 1 hour workout. So overall, that's how I've been getting my steps in. But it's been really good for lowering inflammation in my body and helping my digestion. I think that has helped with my glow up. Also, if I'm doing it inside, because I started doing this in the winter, I will just go on my treadmill. I set it to an incline of like 2 or 3. So there's like a little bit of an incline there to help fire the muscles, but not enough that I like feel that I'm on an incline. And I'll put on a show. Like I literally will watch stuff to pass the time because walking on a treadmill is boring. And when I first started this, because I was so low at like 1.5 to 3,000 steps, I just started with 5. Like my goal was just 5,000 steps a day. So that's really only like 20-ish minutes of walking. And then once 5,000 felt easy, I bumped it to 8,000. Once 8,000 felt easy, I bumped it to 10,000. Once 10,000 felt easy, I bumped it to 15. And then as I've been doing 15, I'm like, okay, this is actually kind of a lot for majority of my days. Like I don't have this much spare time, and I like to mosey. Like I don't like to be speed walking and have to shower 3 times a day. Like I'm down to just do like nice casual chill walks. So it's a little slower paced. So now I have my goal of like anywhere from 10 to 15. Like as long as I hit 10, I'm good. But if I can get more, great. And then 15 is like my maximum, because anything more than that, I just get like way too hungry on a consistent basis. I can like feel it in my knees and like, like it's just too much for my body. So that's kind of how I've structured it. But that has been game changing. Okay. Next, we're going to move on to food. One of the best things that I have ever done for myself is find a breakfast that is high protein, high fiber, and is actually filling for me. Because when I have my breakfast, I'm starting my day with 30 grams of protein. I actually feel full. I feel satiated, and it reduces my cravings significantly throughout the day. Okay. Especially for females, like starting your day with 30 grams of protein is so important to our own hormone balancing, and then also balancing and stabilizing our cortisol levels. So just keep that in mind. But what I make for myself is a chia seed pudding. Okay. I make a batch of it every week. I put whole milk. I think it's like organic, grass-fed, raw but pasteurized, which I don't really know how it works, but I'm just going with it because it comes from a farm. So I'm like, okay. I use that. I put in my protein powder. Okay. It's normally chocolate whey. And then I mix in, sometimes if I have coconut kefir, I'll mix in some coconut kefir. And then I put the chia seeds, mix. And it makes a big batch, and it's thick. She's a thick girl. Okay. And then in the morning when I'm like ready to eat it, I scoop out my portion, put it in a bowl, add some clean yogurt. Sometimes it's raspberry, sometimes it's plain, but it's always just like the Greek yogurt that has like 3 ingredients. Like I'm not dealing with sugars. I'm not dealing with chemicals or filler powders. Like very, very clean. Okay, guys, this is important. Keep your food clean. And then I mix. So now it's a nice yogurt consistency. And I'll add my fruit. I'll add hemp hearts, pumpkin seeds. I'll add 2 Brazil nuts. I eat 2 Brazil nuts every day for my selenium. And then whatever fresh fruit I have on hand. Sometimes it's mango, sometimes it's apple, sometimes it's banana, sometimes it's golden berry, sometimes it's passion fruit, sometimes it's papaya. Whatever I have, if I have papaya, I'm always adding the papaya seeds, guys. They're so good. They're really good for your digestion and your gut, okay? If you ever have like gut issues, papaya seeds. Just do it, okay? And then having this every morning, this is something that keeps me very full and very satiated. I have tried having like eggs and avocado toast. I've tried doing like the protein oatmeal, overnight oats, whatever. I think this is just my rationalization, that those are too high in carbs for me to start the day with, because carbs burn off really quickly. So I get full very quickly, especially with the oatmeal. I don't typically finish it because I'm so full. But then like an hour later, I'm already hungry. And with the eggs, because eggs are only like 7 or 8 grams of protein per egg, I have to eat so many of them to get the amount of protein to reach 30, that if I do a breakfast like that, my stomach can't fit the amount of volume that it would need to get 30 grams of protein. I love them, but as like a morning start, they're not typically my favorite unless I can have other high protein things that I pair it with. So this chia seed pudding has been like game changing for me, and it's so much fiber in the chia seeds, which is phenomenal. Like I can't rave enough about this breakfast. It's like my favorite thing in the world. I eat it almost every single day. Highly recommend. And then the other two things, bone broth, okay? I drink that almost every single day. It's like my morning warm drink or my evening like desserty snack. It's so good. It's like 1 scoop of powder. It's almost 30 grams of protein. I add turmeric, pepper, and salt. It tastes like I'm drinking chicken broth, which like I don't know if that's gross to you guys, but I grew up drinking chicken broth, especially if I was like sick or something. My parents would be like, "Oh, have some chicken broth." It's so fucking good, okay? It's delicious. I love it. Having that has been game changing for me, because a lot of times when we are snacky and we're craving, it's because we haven't had enough protein and our body's looking to find things to fill that protein quota. So like if you're snacking on Oreos, they have like what, 1 gram of protein per Oreo. You're going to sit there and have like 20 to 30 Oreos and wonder why you can't stop and why you're so snacky, because it's going to take you that long to reach the protein that your body's craving, you know? So the bone broth has been game changing. Second thing is, if I'm craving something sweet in the evening and I want dessert, like I do have desserts. I have little things that I eat, but like sometimes after one piece, like after my little piece of banana bread or after my little sweet potato brownie or like my date chocolate thing, like whatever it is, sometimes you just have that craving where like you want more. Like you can't snag that snacky craving. I have collagen hot chocolate. Oh my God, game changing. You get chocolate collagen powder, okay? Make sure it's hydrolyzed, whatever that H word is before the collagen, make sure it's that. I get chocolate flavor, okay? I put it in my cup and I get my like 2 or 3% whole milk, so it gets a little like thick and creamy, frothy, whisk, whisk, whisk. And then that's only about like a quarter to a third of the cup. I boil some water. I pour the water in, mix, mix, mix. And then sometimes I have a chocolate chai tea from President's Choice for my Canadians. So fire. If I have those in stock in my cupboard, I will add a bag of that in to just give it a little bit more like depth and flavor. And then sometimes if I have marshmallows, I'll like cut a little marshmallow and put it in. But it literally tastes like I'm having a hot chocolate, okay? It's 15 grams of protein plus whatever the milk's adding. And it's so satiating and so filling. Sometimes I don't even finish the drink because it's like sweet and yummy and like I've had enough because I'm getting the protein and then I've satiated that sweet tooth, that craving. It has been a game changer from snacking in the evenings, because let me tell you, I could eat almost 1,000 calories in one sitting just snacking in the evening from all of my yummy treats. Because even if I'm making them healthy, sugar-free, etc., that doesn't mean that they're low calorie. So I'm sitting there eating all these foods when I'm not even hungry just because I'm craving something sweet, adding all of that into my diet when I don't need it, when I could just be having a collagen hot chocolate. It solves every problem that I've ever had. So anyway, highly recommend you guys try that, because I also think that like cutting all those extra calories out at night, it helps you slim down. It takes away the inflammation. And like on this, I actually wasn't going to add this in, but I'll say it anyway. I stop eating around 7 or 8 p.m. every night. Like I try to stop eating at least 3 hours minimum before I go to bed, ideally 4, because when I sleep, I want my body to be recovering. I want my brain to be clearing and recovering. Like I want my sleep to be restful sleep. I don't want my body focusing on digesting all of this heavy food that I've had right before bed. So having this thing that like I can drink around 8 p.m., it curbs my cravings and I feel good and satiated and not snacky until I go to bed, also helps me go to bed feeling lighter. I get better, deeper sleeps. And then I wake up actually feeling hungry for my breakfast, which is a good sign that my hormones are balanced and my cortisol levels are working properly, because you're supposed to wake up feeling hungry. If you're not waking up feeling hungry, you probably have either you're eating too much before you go to bed or your hormone levels aren't quite where they need to be. This is for females, by the way. I'm not talking to the males. I'm talking for the females. So anyway, moving on from that. Another thing that I have in the morning, especially if I'm feeling a little bit bloated or inflamed because I have just indulged at like a party or a night out or whatever it is, turmeric, lemon water with ginger first thing in the morning, okay? I make ice cubes. So I juice my ginger, juice my lemon, and I have little ice cube trays. I pour both of them in, add pepper, add turmeric, and then I freeze them. And then once they're frozen, I just like put them in a container for easy access. And then first thing in the morning, I put a little ice cube in my cup and I'll pour. I don't do boiling hot water. Okay, so guys, full disclosure, I have a kettle where you can like choose the temperatures. So I usually do like around 180 degrees because then I can just drink it right away. I don't have to wait for it to cool down. So I pour that in and then I have that drink first thing in the morning. Sometimes I'll bring it with me on my first walk because turmeric's anti-inflammatory, ginger is very soothing, lemon is just fucking great for you. And it's like the most gorge, like wellness drink in the morning that actually is very helpful for you, but also tastes amazing. And then I always just feel a little bit less inflamed after I've had that, and my tummy feels a little bit happier. I've already touched on this, the 2 Brazil nuts every day for selenium. High key, the best thing ever. After that, okay, black sesame paste. I have been taking a teaspoon of black sesame paste every single day. It helps reverse aging and helps reverse early graying because when you go gray early, it can actually be from a deficiency that can be found in the black sesame. So I've been doing that. Has it been working? I don't know. I have thoroughly been enjoying it. I also just love the taste of sesame. So for me, it's working out well. Do what you want with that information. Again, I'm just telling you guys the things that I'm doing on my glow up journey. Take what you want, leave what you don't. And then, as I mentioned previously about the no food after 8 p.m., I have also been striving, I'm not perfect, but been striving to also have no screens after 8 a.m. or, sorry, 8 a.m., lol, after 8 p.m. because I know that my nervous system is just way more regulated and I get way better of a sleep when I'm not on screens before bed and when I'm not doing anything that's like super highly stimulating before bed. So what I have been doing is at 8 p.m., I like have my little collagen hot cocoa. I go upstairs. I do dry brushing on my body. I go and have a very hot, nice shower because also a hot shower before bed is calming for your nervous system and can help you get a better sleep. So I do that. And then I do with sometimes in the shower with soap, or I'll do it after with body oil, lymphatic drainage. Up my legs, up my arms, on my stomach. There's like a little stomach massage I do that helps with drainage and also helps with digestion. And then I'll either do like a face mask or I'll just go like really deep into my skincare. And then that usually takes about an hour. And then I'll take some time. I know I said no screens, but I have a setting on my phone to do like red to block the blue light. I'll do some like journaling and meditation. So like sometimes I need to go on a screen to like go into the journaling program I use or to pull up a meditation, but I'm not sitting on the screen. I just like use it for like 30 seconds, you know? So I'll do that, do my personal development, my meditation, calming down, whatever, legs up a wall, you know, that whole ordeal. And then I will open up a book and read. And now the problem with this, you have to be careful that you're not too into the book because I'm the kind of person where if I start reading it and I'm really into it, I'm not shutting the book at my 10 p.m. bedtime or my 11 p.m. bedtime. There's been nights where I've read till like 4 a.m. because I just can't put it down. So you got to be a little bit careful here, or you just have to have like really intense self-discipline, which like, because it doesn't happen to me often, I'm like, oh, let me just like live in my inner child. Like, let me just read all through the night. I have nothing to do tomorrow, like blah, 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 which I always have things to do tomorrow. But because I work for myself and I make my own schedule, like if I want to sleep in, I can sleep in, you know? So just be careful with that. I also make my to-do list for the next day because I have a lot of things that I like to do or that I try and plan. And because I have so many things going on in my head, if I don't write them all down and like make a little idea of when I want to get them done, they'll like sit in my notes app and I'll forget about them, or I'll like remember halfway through the day and be like, fudge, I meant to do this, you know? So I also make a little to-do list for the next day. I like to be flowy. I like to be intuitive. I don't like to be too rigid. But like if I can get those things done in the day, wonderful. You know, like these podcasts that I'm recording right now, I was supposed to do on Monday. Today's Wednesday. It didn't happen, but I knew I had to do them. They were on my to-do list, you know? So I found time where energetically it felt good, where schedule wise it flowed. And here I am recording the podcast. I just do my little to-do list. And then I have a sun lamp. So right when I'm ready to go to bed, I aim for 10. Sometimes it's not till 11. I turn my sun lamp onto the sunset setting, and I'll get in bed, close my eyes, and like do box breathing or just like a regulated breathing exercise as the 5 or 10 minutes, depending what I set it to, the sunset is setting. And that's basically how I do my whole nighttime routine. And I shit you not, like the body massages every day and the face massages every day and the lymphatic drainage, like all of that, I think has been so glow up energy to my life, you know? Like I think I'm looking way better. I think I'm looking way less inflamed ever since I've started doing that. My digestion has been A1. I'm going to start incorporating castor oil packs. I have one. I just, for some reason, it feels like a really big task in my head to like set up the castor oil pack and put it on me. Sometimes I'll do like a castor oil massage on my stomach, but the castor oil pack, I'm getting there. I've had it for 6 months and I haven't used it yet, but it's on my list of things. We're going to do it. So I'll update you guys on that. Another thing for my glow up, you guys, life changing, I learned how to give myself a blow dry. I haven't done it today, obviously. My hair's pretty natural today. But learning how to give myself a blow dry, giving myself volume in the bangs and like natural waves that last all day. I'm like so confident in my styling abilities. Like I can go anywhere with my round brush. And no matter where I'm staying, what hotel, well, I wouldn't stay in a hostel, but I was going to say what hostel, no matter what hotel I'm in, as long as they have a hair dryer, I am good to go. I don't got to worry about going to Europe and getting a converter. I don't got to worry about like anything. I can do my hair with a round brush and it looks fucking good. I don't know if it's because update. If you listen to my fashion episode, I actually realized I'm a soft dramatic, not a soft natural. So anyway, moving on from that. I don't know if it's because I'm a soft dramatic that like my hair looks good, voluptuous. I don't know if it's my Leo rising energy that I look good with like that kind of hair. I look phenomenal. So being able to do that and like feeling confident in styling my hair in a certain way has been such a good glow up hack. So I'm not telling you to learn how to blow dry your hair, but if you can just get really fucking good at styling your hair in a certain way that like you feel good and you feel confident in, you can whip it out ASAP. Like that is game changing because even if you look like shit or if you feel like shit, being able to just go to your hair and like whip something gorgeous out, life changing, literally life changing. And then I won't go too crazy into detail for these ones, but I have a weekly to-do list of everything that I need to do to help myself look and feel my best. No one's telling me to do these. I'm telling myself to do these because I know when I do them, I feel a lot better, okay? Just in myself, in my own energy. So the first one is I do a weekly face mask. So whether it's like the sheet masks, whether it's a jelly mask, whether it's like my Amazonian clay mask, like whatever my skin's calling for is what I do. I do at least once a week, minimum. If I can get 2 or 3, great. Minimum once a week. Second thing is I do a scalp mask once a week. I have my rosemary oil. I have my little silicone brushy thing, and I put a scalp mask in. Sometimes I leave it all day. Sometimes I just leave it for half an hour, whatever it is. Always on hair wash day, obviously, and then I wash my hair. Third thing is I do a hair mask once a week. I have like the L'Oreal Professional like goldeny yellow color line, and I have one of the like really hydrating hair masks. I haven't done it this week yet, obviously, but I do that once a week, and it's been really great for my ends and my hair overall. I dermaplane once a week. I don't know if this is real science or if it's placebo, but I truly find that when I dermaplane, my skincare sits on my face better and my makeup sits on my face better. Like I feel like my skin is actually able to absorb the skincare because there's not like a thin layer of peach fuzz, you know, and like the dead skin's gone. And then my makeup sits better because it's not sitting on peach fuzz. So dermaplaning, love. I shave my legs and everything. Like I do everything shave once a week because I used to not care. In the winter, I was just like, I'm so lazy. I don't want to do this. And then when it came time to actually shave my legs or do an everything shave, it was just like the biggest effing task. And it just felt like a lot. Now doing it once a week, no matter what, I feel so much better. It's not like this huge daunting task in my head. And it's just like, it's quicker. Like I can just go shoop, shoop, shoop up my legs and I'm done. It's not like I'm fighting all of these like inch long hairs, you know? And then once a week, I do my nails. So I don't keep anything on them, but I cut my cuticles. I cut the little hangnail things that come off on the side. I file them down, and I just put a clear coat on to help strengthening. Every week, once a week, my fave thing. I love when my nails look done. I just feel so much more put together. I don't know how to explain it. And then the last thing I'm going to add on here, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of out there, and it's definitely not accessible to everyone. So that's why I kind of left it last. And I can do a full episode on this if you guys are like really curious. But I got my stem cells banked through that corporate job that I mentioned earlier when I was doing that in the wellness space. And they have a product where they will take your stem cells and the exosomes and a bunch of sciencey stuff, basically, growth factors, all the things, and turn it into a topical that you can use for microneedling. So you know how everyone right now is getting microneedling and they're getting like the PRDN or they're getting exosomes microneedled in, blah, blah, blah. It's that, but with my own stem cells. So with my own DNA. So my body is way more likely to actually accept it and like regenerate from it than from a foreign DNA strand entering my body. And I love microneedling. I get microneedling once a month anyways at the moment. I also bought my own microneedling pen, so I'm going to be doing that on my own once I'm done these sessions. But I really, really think like getting my own stem cells microneedled into my face, you guys, life-changing. Literally life-changing. I, again, have had, like, I had a lady at the grocery store come up to me. Well, she didn't come up to me. We were in line. She opened the conversation to me. I wasn't talking to her or looking at her. I had no makeup on. And she was like, "You have really great skin. You must spend no time in the sun." And I was like, "Lady, if you only knew." I told her, I was like, "I spend maximum time in the sun. I love to tan. And I don't wear sunscreen on my face because I haven't found, just FYI to you guys, I haven't found a mineral sunscreen yet that I enjoy. And I'm not putting chemical sunscreen on my body. Why would I do that? So I don't really wear sunscreen. I keep out of the sun. Like I'm not going to put my face in the sun for 8 hours straight in a day, you know, but like if I'm going on my daily walks, like I don't have sunscreen on, you know. She was flabbergasted. That's the word I was looking for. She could not believe it. And I was like, I really think that microneedling my own stem cells into my skin has made a huge difference. My microneedlist said that my skin is a lot more like buoyant, like it's bouncing back faster. I have a scar here on my face that I've had since I was like 3 years old. It was like one of those like kid scars. And she's like, that's like filling in, which I never actually cared about. But then also, I get her to do my hairline because my hairline, like here and here, for some reason, is like non-existent. It like goes back. I feel like I'm a man with like a balding hairline or like a receding hairline, even though it's been like that my whole life. And she's been microneedling it there. And my hair's starting to grow. I'm getting like a hairline there. So I'm like, there are just so many things happening with these stem cells being microneedled into my face. If this is something that is within your budget, I think it's like $1,500 or something. I did not get it for free, guys. I like fully paid for this. The banking I got through work, but this I like fully out of pocket did on my own. Okay. Not an ad. I'm obsessed with it. Like wildly obsessed with it. And I will tell anyone and everyone to do this. So if this is something that you can figure out in your finances, highly recommend. And I think that that's everything. I think that that is my full glow up episode. I've already talked about finding my color season. Obviously, that makes a difference. Finding my kibbe. Obviously, that makes a difference. If you guys are wanting to know more about that, listen to my fashion is a form of self-expression episode. I can also link it in the description below. And that's basically it. That is my glow up episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope if you try any of these things, let me know and let me know how they work for you. But I just thought that, you know, I'm getting way too many compliments on my energy lately and my skin and how I look and like all of these things that like I had to share. We don't gatekeep around here. So anyway, love you guys. Is this the Gen Z one? Love you guys. And I will chat to you later.